Hi everyone, it's Sunday, December 19th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. So actually, this is our last review for 2021, and it was also the last full week of work and trading in the major Hide regions. So let's start with Europe this week, where editor Andrea Guolo says that tanneries are actually stocking up since prices are about as low as they're going to be. And given the general increase in all costs, this actually helps them operate with at least a little bit of profit. In the UK, British prices were unchanged, but there was an increase in sales, which is good. Trading took place at 95 cents per kilo in sterling for the 36 plus in England, while in Ireland it was also steady at 90 cents in euros. When it comes to bulls in Europe, slaughter remains plentiful, but the most important thing was that last week bulls actually had some more interest. Sales of southern German selections were generally closed at €1.40 to €1.45, but in the north the price was €1.10. European cows maintained their steady prices and logged good sales as well last week, and meanwhile in the veal sector, nothing has changed and prices are the same, but there is talk of near future increases for some of the top range origins. In his analysis, Andrea looks at the tannery situation in Italy, especially in Arzignano, and he lays out what the expectations are for the next 2 weeks before we turn to January. Looking at the U.S. market, prices were weak, and that's because interest was poor, and that is especially the case for steers. Producers were not inclined to take prices down because shipping is so backlogged that it really doesn't make sense to push levels down right now if you can't ship them anyway. Of course, rumors were already starting to circulate about backdoor below market sales. Looking at heavy Texas steers, they slipped a little bit, selling for $32 for seasonal weights. In the cow sector, sellers are still having good interest, but they're also struggling with the same shipping issues. And if steers fall too much further, then cows may have an issue as well. Combined export sales for the week ending December 9th were 467,000, and while that's a modest number, it's still 30% higher than the previous week's total. Combined shipments were also higher at 516,400, and that's up by 8%. Slaughter for the week through Saturday, December 18th was 657,000, just 2% lower than last week. Turning to South America, editor Ronald Guiel says that raw material prices eased a bit more this week. Now, it was only 4 cents, and the average price for the week was $3.64. TR1 again remained steady with a reference price of $1 per square foot. And in the rest of Latin America, they were also steady. And this is because everyone is winding down for the end of the year and the holiday weeks that are coming up. In other news from Brazil, shares of Brazilian refrigerators were on the rise after China reopened to some beef exports. Brazil's footwear exports surpassed pre-pandemic levels. Looking at elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina is going to apply some new anti-dumping measures on footwear from China. Colombian footwear exports were up in October. In Mexico, they exported 23 million plus pairs of footwear in 10 months this year. And Nicaragua exports leather and footwear totaling $1 billion in 2021. And there's some interesting reasons behind that. So you'll want to read that in the report. That's all we have for this week. HideNet wishes you a happy holiday period and an especially healthy and prosperous new year. I'll be back with more videos in 2022 starting on January 9th. So until next year, good night from HideNet.